I don't want this guy. I don't want this guy. I feel like a morning talk show sports guy. I don't want this guy. I don't want him in Philly. I want him out. I wanted to get pieces in the draft to help these guys. I wanted to get I don't know, anybody other than this guy. I think I would have been happy with. But the price is too steep. It's just embarrassing to be a Sixers fan. And all I gotta say is thank God we have the Phillies, Flyers, and Philadelphia because the Sixers have not been good since Allen Iverson. So yeah, this is crazy news to me, and this just came out as I'm filming this episode. Oh, that's why I sound so sad. Where do I start? The Sixers. Trust the process, okay? Here's what the Sixers fans have endured. The Sixers acquired Jaylen Brown from Boston for Paul George and 4 picks. Why am I pissed about that, you may ask? Well, Sixers fans out there, you know. You know, I know, we both know. Let me just do a quick description. I'm leaving this page up and I'm just talking. This is me ranting about how bad the Sixers have been. The Sixers decided to tank an entire year. Really 2 years, to be honest with you. There needs to be a movie made about this, first of all. The Sixers tanked 2 years in order to get the higher picks in the draft. This later triggers the lottery system that happens now for the NBA, where your ball gets picked out of the lottery to promote people from not tanking and ruining the season for the fans for 2 years straight. During this process of losing, the Eagles, no, the Eagles are great. The Phillies, not the Phillies either, they're pretty great too. The Sixers, see, that's how my mind goes now. The Sixers and Flyers are sort of out of my mind. The Flyers are coming back a little bit, but Sixers have just been abysmal and embarrassing in the NBA for years now. Now, the Sixers, back in the day, tanked to get Jahlil Okafor, big guard who didn't last very long with the Sixers. He sucked. He was really bad. And Joel Embiid, who has had MVP caliber seasons but cannot stay freaking healthy. He started out his career, I think, 2 years on the bench, if not a year. No, it was definitely more than 1 year. So it might have been like a year and a half or 2 years because he got hurt. That being said, thank God he was good. The years to follow with Okafor, there's actually a very famous tweet by Carson Wentz and Jahlil Okafor. This is called the most cursed tweet in Philadelphia history. Carson Wentz, who notoriously had an MVP caliber season, getting hurt right before the playoffs, only to have Nick Foles come in and win the Super Bowl for the Eagles, said, "Yo, Jahlil Okafor, we got to invite that young buck Ben Simmons to join us for a cheesesteak." In this period in time where they were trying to collect draft picks and get the best team possible through the draft, was Ben Simmons, Jahlil Okafor, and oh my God, I don't remember his name. Ben Simmons, the ultimate pain. He looked great at passing, but could not even dunk the ball. Couldn't do free throws. So what every team would do against us. First pick overall, by the way, in the entire draft. They would just foul him at the end of games, and then he would miss his foul shots, and then the other team would go down and score. They'd pass him to Ben Simmons, they'd foul him, and then just repeat the cycle game in and game out. He's now a fisherman. He's in a per fishing tournament. Now he's teasing a comeback and potentially wants to be on the Heat or the Sixers. And this is the biggest draft bust of all time, I think. In the week leading up to the 2016 draft, Simmons' attitude and character were questioned by a number of NBA media analysts. Sixers head coach Brett Brown, former Australian national team coach and friend of the Simmons family, reputed the claims were being made was content with Simmons' pre-draft behavior. He was selected by Brown and the Sixers over 1 overall pick, becoming the third Melbourne player to be picked in 11 years. The 76ers, who had the worst record, had the highest chance to get a lottery ticket. The pick squad won the lottery. Okay, we won the lottery. We didn't trade with the Celtics. But Brandon Ingram, that's who it was. Okay. So the Sixers drafted Ben Simmons when they could have got Brandon Ingram. In that same draft, pick number 3, we just traded for. We just traded for him. This is 2016. We just traded him. And who got him? The Celtics. Of course the Celtics did, right? in the lore of Philly, we had Brett Brown. We fired him. And after this debacle, we got Markelle Fultz, who was supposed to be good, but it was supposed to be Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, and we were supposed to go off. And boy, oh boy, did it not turn out that way. Embiid's still with us. He's MVP caliber still. Can do it any day. He just has to stay healthy. He just goes hard. He's always hurt in the playoffs. Everything negative, right? But amazing player. Make threes. Make it anywhere. Boxing out. Defense is insane. Jahlil Okafor off the team. Ben Simmons basically booed out of the city for that whole foul scenario I was telling you about. Leaves the team out of the league, trying to make his comeback now. Markelle Fultz playing the game. Promising first game. I think he had like 30-something points. After that, he got a case of the nerves. I'm not even kidding. He had a case of the nerves. He all of a sudden, he got the Chuck Knobloch. If you know Chuck Knobloch, he was on the Yankees and he had a funny batting stance. It's called the yips. In like medical term, it's called the yips. And Chuck Knobloch got it. All of a sudden, he couldn't throw to first base. He was playing second base his whole career, and he just couldn't throw at the first base. There was no way of doing it. And if you ever see the movie, baseball movie with Charlie Sheen, Major League, the catcher has it. You can't throw it back to the pitcher. So after all of this mess, the Sixers battle back and then get Tyrese Maxey. After all this time, our savior, Tyrese Maxey. We're like, oh, this guy looks pretty good. To holy shit, this guy could be MVP. So we go on a run this year. And we do good. Make it to the playoffs. We had no shot. They gave us no chances. And in the first round, we're facing the number 1 seed Celtics. And we take them down. We win. Somehow we pull it off in 7 games. The Celtics had a player, Jaylen Brown, who mercilessly talked so much shit on the Sixers. Talking shit on Embiid, talking about the refs, talking about everything, every excuse in the world. He went live on Twitch afterwards, and he just went off like a giant baby. Philly was destroying him. What do the Sixers do? The Sixers trade for him, for Paul George and 4 picks, 2 of which are first-round picks. And if we know anything about the Sixers, they are not good at drafting. So, okay, fine. But they're also not good at giving the Celtics picks because the Celtics are good at drafting. The Sixers are just totally embarrassing. And remember, this just happened today. 2 weeks ago, we just fired Daryl Morey, our GM, finally. I saw him as an equivalent of like Chip Kelly. And then he got held longer, so he started being a little conservative and, started putting his name back together to being something. He was the reason that Kawhi Leonard wanted to come here. Jimmy Butler, he came for Jimmy Butler. So, I mean, I think it was really about Jimmy Butler. And then we just got rid of Jimmy Butler. If we kept Jimmy Butler, we probably would have won. But that was a whole different scenario. Just totally disrespected Jimmy Butler. We actually had a chance in the playoffs that year for like half a second. And then it just all went to shit when Embiid got hurt. And I just can't say it enough how bad the Sixers organization has been. It's just been embarrassing to pay attention to at all. And this just keeps getting worse. And maybe it's a good move. I mean, he's 29, I'm assuming, since he's the same draft as Ben Simmons. So, we get 2 years out of him? 3 years out of him? That just made me sadder. That's why I didn't say anything. We get 3 years out of him. So I guess what's going to happen, I mean, this is a good signal, right? Really good signal. This is my thoughts. They're probably like, we have Tyrese Maxey, who's a young gun. We finally did 1 good draft pick. We got Embiid. We'll give him 3 more years, and let's get a guy in here to really give him a chance to get one in Philly. Now, I see this, and I don't understand this trade at all. We just beat these guys. They obviously have a lack of character in the locker room if they were number 1 and then just lost to us, who barely should have even made the playoffs. Just whiny, complaining guy. What is he going to say now? He's probably like fuming, and he's probably going to need a few weeks to even say anything to the fans. He probably has like some kind of a press release that he signs off on, but I don't want this guy. I don't want this guy. I feel like a morning talk show sports guy. I don't want this guy. I don't want him in Philly. I want him out. I wanted to get pieces in the draft to help these guys. I wanted to get like I don't know, anybody other than this guy. I think I would have been happy with. But the price is too steep. It's just embarrassing to be a Sixers fan. And all I got to say is thank God we have the Phillies, Flyers, and Eagles in Philadelphia, because the Sixers have not been good since Allen Iverson. And even then, we only made the finals because of him. You can't put all the pressure on Tyrese Maxey like this. And I swear to God, if we trade Tyrese Maxey, I might tune out the Sixers even more. Just when I thought I couldn't. Anytime I see the Sixers, we feel like the Jets of the... No, we don't feel like the Jets because we actually made the playoffs. We feel like the Cowboys? We're probably the Cowboys of the NFL. No, minus all the wins. So who's like a team? The Vikings? Are we like the Vikings? We're probably like the Vikings. Make the playoffs and never make it all the way. Yeah. So... really sad day for me. So wish peace be with you, Sixers fans. I feel your pain, and yeah, it's just all around sad. Look at this dude's face. Ugh. Should we watch a Twitch thing? Jaylen. I'm going to leave you with this Jaylen Brown live stream. So brace yourselves. Peace be with you, Sixers fans, and thanks for watching.
It was up 3-1. When Joel Embiid came back, it was an issue. And that's funny because on my stream, they're doing this with all without Embiid. I think personally they may be a little better without Embiid. I'm not sure. But I know they're doing all this. They've been playing well, finding an identity. So for context, I said this maybe a week before we played the Sixers. We'll see if the big fella comes back, but I think they've been doing a good job. Chad, at the time, they were playing really well, and we didn't really get a full look at their team, so it definitely was an adjustment for us. But that's how motherfuckers be watching my stream. That's how Joel Embiid was sitting there at home, motherfucking eating chocolate chip cookies, watching my motherfucking stream, and he's like, you know what? When I come back, I'm gonna show these because I ain't never seen him that dominant. He was dominant from a physical standpoint, passing the ball. Obviously, he's been more athletic in the past, but I give him credit. He came out and he made a difference in this series, no question. He's one of the best bigs in the world, if not the, when healthy. And he's a former MVP. And he came back and changed the series because it was up 3-1 without him. He comes back and we lose, the next three. We lose the next 3 games once he kind of starts figuring it out. If we would have had, a little bit more, if we could bang with him a little bit more personnel-wise and not give him so many easy baskets, it would have been a little different for us. But he came and did what he was supposed to do. He dominated, and we lost. So credit to the 76ers, credit to Joel Embiid. I still think he flopped entirely way too much. Some of y'all don't even know what flopping is in the chat. Like some of y'all clearly don't know basketball. Y'all don't know what flopping is. Flopping is exaggerating contact that's already there. It's not about drawing contact or drawing fouls. Nobody has a problem with drawing fouls. That's a part of the game. Use your brains. That's the thing about this basketball era where y'all have turned y'all brains off and just look at analytics. I have no idea what y'all talking about. Drawing fouls is fine. I don't complain about nobody drawing fouls. Flopping and exaggerating contact is different. It's like when somebody barely touched you and you selling a call to make it seem like you just got shot by 2 police officers. Big difference. Whether you like it, don't like it, your grandma like it, your grandma don't like it, I don't really care. You know what I mean? This is my personal opinion on basketball. Some of y'all might disagree, but argue with your grandma. Flopping has ruined our game.
Sorry, I had to jump back in here. How about F this guy, right? Am I right? If you need any more proof, here's another cool one. I just caught this one by mistake.
Does this work? Can you hear me? Good evening, everyone. Today we're here to talk about something that affects us all, climate change. Today marks a very pivotal moment in time. Decisions that we make now have an impact on future generations. Climate change isn't just an environmentalism issue, it's a social justice issue, it's an economic issue, and it's also a moral imperative.
How's climate change a social justice issue? If you answer this question in a way that makes me understand what you're saying, then I will change my whole tune and be a fan. I'll buy a jersey even.
As someone who prides itself on influence and responsibility, what an honor it is to be here to talk about this topic. MIT, thank you for having me. Today we're going to talk about the crossover and intersection between environmentalism, social justice, and education, in combination with raising awareness, leveraging your platform and influence, and investing in a sustainable future. But let me be clear, I think we're in a little bit of a crisis. This isn't just fiction, this is reality. This isn't TikTok, and some of these things are happening on our watch. I was taught that the justice of all human well-being is all-encompassing. My grandmother taught me the importance of education. She also taught me the importance of recycling. She would get upset if I threw my water bottles in the wrong trash, and she also made me pick up trash on our walks to the park. As a 7-year-old, I would question her, but this had an impact on my journey. She also had a garden where metaphor.
Your mom taught you how to recycle? Lame, but also same. I think everybody's mom probably did that, right? She also had a garden where metaphorically what?
I learned to plant seeds and nourish the soil. This also had an impact.
It was your mom's garden, not your garden.
Impact on my journey, which led me to communities and organizations such as Habitat for Humanity.
Your mom's garden made you go to Habitat for Humanity.
Where I was joined by a bunch of other young people, just like you all, who had a passion for climate change. And now I'm here at the Day of Climate event at MIT, speaking about the effects of environmentalism, and I hope I'm making my grandmother proud.
I like how he does a little clap to have them clap for him.
Go for it. One of the more concerning effects of climate change is the weather patterns. Floods, droughts, heat waves are all examples of these events.
These are all weather. I'm doing the weather for you.
Put pressure on the infrastructure of our community, the infrastructure of our society, the infrastructure of our economic and health systems, and they make vulnerable populations a little bit more vulnerable who necessarily don't have the chance to defend themselves. This is inequity. This is a call to action for all of us and a major concern. I believe that environmentalism and climate change isn't just something that we should think about. It's also an evolution of our thought process. From serving our ecosystems to helping our ecosystems,
our ecosystems to our ecosystems. Wow, that's synergy, baby.
The understanding of footprint to the embracing of...
It's not footprint, it's carbon footprint, right? It's carbon. Do I know more than you on this?
Of your soul print,
Sorry, what? Back-to-back cringe lines, I must hear.
Something that we should think about. It's also an evolution of our thought process. From serving our ecosystems to helping our ecosystems. From the understanding of footprint to the embracing of your soul print. The concerns, the consequences of greed and capitalism. From the products we use to the rivers we poison. My question is globally, is it clean energy if we leave dirty footprints?
Oh my God.
Education and awareness is key. A lot of people have a hard time seeing that climate change is affecting our day-to-day lives. They see it as something distant, but the reality is that climate change is already here. Our air, our oceans, our forests are already being compromised.
Yo, every time it's a full moon, the tides get a little higher.
These aren't just social media events. We've already seen the fires in California to the hurricanes in the Caribbean. Education and preparation is key. The disruption of ecosystems and environments are imminent. And as a society, because of the awareness, I believe that we are ill prepared. But I'm optimistic because education has the power to transform societies. It always has. It's no coincidence that the solutions to environmental problems and challenges come from places like this and young people and young minds like you all here today.
Education does bring change. Education also is a bit of a scam for anyone that's not going directly for something that will make them money. And what I mean by that, I didn't think I'd be getting like this on a Sixers video, but the fact that there's degrees for art is a bit, it's a bit of a, what's the word for that? It's a bit ironic. It's like you don't want your art to be constrained, but you need a little token of your art appreciation to do so. Now, I have college degrees, but was it a scam? I don't think I needed them.
This year,
you need a college degree to recycle is what I'm trying to say.
I had the pleasure of meeting one of my heroes, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Fossil fuels?
On the hill. Same jerseys and resources. We need to invest in sustainable communities. We need to invest in clean technology. We also need to invest in education that fosters environmental stewardship. To invest in our environment is an investment in us.
Sick chat GPT lesson there, brother. I just don't want him on my team. I want him gone. I want this to be a nightmare. I want him out of here. This has been the show with Joe. Thank you for watching. I know this was painful for you. It was painful for me. And the Sixers are going deeper into the ocean for which they sink. Maybe one day, the ghost of Allen Iverson will come back as AI and save us from embarrassment. You know what? I'm not quite done yet. Did you know that LeBron James is leaving and also his son is getting cut the second that he leaves, which is hilarious? Okay, catch you later. Bye.